Well, hello there, guys. Today we're taking a look at a game called Carrier Command 2. This is, without a doubt, one of the prettiest games I have seen. It's got a bit of a different look to it than a lot of the other games we play on this channel. Definitely like more of a simulator look, but it is just awesome. So I'm gonna check it out a bit, play with you guys here, and just kind of see if we have any fun. First things first, let me get rid of the discs, the discords. I am going to fire over here a message on our Discord. Hold up a sec. All right, folks, let me just get out of Discord here, and we're going to get started. And like I said, this is just such a beautiful game. I really can't wait to see what the finished product is like, but let's go ahead and start a new game here in single player and jump into the world of Carrier Command 2. I believe it's set in a bit of like a futuristic world because everything does seem to be pretty futuristic, but you guys will have to decide. Gotta get out of this pod. Oh, man. All right, folks. Nice. Got to find the pilot seat. Now, we're actually in a ship orbiting the Earth. Exactly. Insert Top Gun soundtrack. So let's just jump into the seat here and pretty much engage our... I guess it's our release valve, or our release pod, anyway.
Welcome back, Commander Altus Gage. Your disorientation shall pass. Your employer, the Drazu Industries Corporation, has asked me to reiterate its gratitude.
Wow, so we're working for a corporation, not a government. Interesting.
The Horus Satellite Overwatch program. I am Captain Aparo, commander of UEC Deep Space Colonies in this sector. Please be advised, the terrorist Stanza organization has breached the unmanned colony's firewalls on the planet of Telos, and is now in control of the ACC Omega carrier. You are to take manual override command of the ACC Epsilon carrier, and stop the Omega by any means necessary. Drazu hereby grants a full liability waiver for your actions, and the United Earth Coalition has issued an anticipatory pardon. Proceed to your landing pod immediately. It has been remotely programmed and is ready to go. Good hunting, Commander.
I love that it's an anticipatory pardon, so they already know that we're probably going to be committing war crimes of some sort here. But nonetheless, they have let us off the hook. So let's exit the pilot seat. At this point, we have to get to the actual landing pod. And I just think, like, this adds to sort of the beauty of the game. Just the fact that we're up here in space, and now, together, we're going to be jetting down to Earth. And we can actually look out of this window and see our guy approaching Earth. I'll show you guys in a second here. Let's get into the shuttle pod. And let's blast off. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Boom! Man, how great would this be with a rumble pack? All right, watch. It's gonna get hot in here, boys. It's gonna get hot. Keep your cold drinks at your side. My goodness. Oh, it's burning up in here. We'll be okay, though. These particular drop pods have been tested against much more serious weather conditions. I think we'll be just fine. Now, you guys just wait until you see this world. It is insane. All right, guys. Well, safe and sound, it looks like. Let's get out of this shuttle and head to our ship. It's time to destroy some bad guys. Now, this is one of the first things I adore about this thing. Again, this is a world, we're not really sure what world it is. One thing is for sure, and that is that gravity is not as strong here. The reason I say that is you can see that the ocean water moves very, very, very slowly here. The tides don't seem to act the way they do on Earth. But even more amazing is this is not the carrier, okay? This is a much larger carrier, right? That up there, you guys see that thing? That's the carrier, and that's actually going to fall off this larger structure. So this is, for all intents and purposes, a carrier carrier. Yeah, I said it. I didn't even know they existed, but evidently in this universe they do. So welcome to the first carrier, and hope you guys have fun. Let's jump up here. We're getting to our main ship, and soon, guys, we'll be going into battle. Nice little Earth. So for those of you just arriving, essentially a group of hackers have taken over this particular world. We live in a universe that's owned entirely by corporations. Kind of like the world we live in now, except more planets. Basically, yeah, we need to work for those corporations to get rid of these so-called rebels, which have hacked into these systems and overridden all security commands on this particular Earth. Sometimes you gotta remember the boss, you know? All right, we're getting up there, boys and girls. We're getting up there to launch our first attack. The elevator is a little slow. They're working on this, guys. The hydraulics are still not up to par. I mean, everything else has evolved in this world except hydraulics. They're absolute garbage. All right, let's go. And once again, like I told you guys, what we were on there is the carrier of this carrier. So we're now going to run over here, and this thing is actually going to just basically slide off the ship. Yeah, it's an aircraft carrier, exactly. It's pretty interesting. All right, here we go. Hey, Vargas. It looks beautiful. I have had, I don't want to prematurely say anything, but, yeah, let's just not say anything. If we have issues pop up, then we'll address them when they pop up. Let's just put it that way. All right. I like to close the door behind me. What can I say? I've got thalassophobia, so I'm convinced that water's going to be steaming in at any point. All right, let's activate the power breaker. It's going to be over here. Guys, we're getting our ship started. We're about to head out. I've never tried that one, Gaia mission. Never tried that one. Use the helm. All right, guys. We're deploying the carrier. Here we go. Strap on your boots. Also started the engine there. And we're just going to increase throttle at this point. The goal now is to make it to one of these red dots. These red dots signify islands that the hackers have taken control of. So we need to get over there and pretty much launch an air-to-sea attack on this position to be able to take them out. We can actually get off the helm right now if we wanted to and just kind of take a look. So we can go out here and look at that. Just moving along, steaming away from that island and onto our next location. Again, though, I think that the waves in this world act really weird. Maybe it's high salinity, actually. That would also make sense. Like, if the oceans are really salty, then the tides wouldn't be as strong. I think this one will blow it out of the ocean, and pun intended, right? It's looking great. I mean, it's just beautiful. You guys can see here, we got an entire control room, and we're just now steaming towards the first battle. There's so much more in this game. There's also a skirmish mode. So you can do so much stuff here. Come on, come on. Don't worry, boys. We're steaming there. Sometimes it takes a little while. You can see you could go to any of those red dots that you want, and there are a lot more. We can't currently see them. You can also go through different map modes just to see, like, ocean current, ocean depth. Although I think that the ocean depth only matters later. I'm guessing that at some point we're going to be able to attack under the sea. I hope so, but maybe, maybe not. You're right. Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Big waves, big waves. Very big waves. Very big waves. Good suggestion. Look, if I'm going to go down with the ship, then I at least want to be inside this room when it happens. How about that? All right, we're going to have to turn a little bit to the right here. Now, one thing about this carrier is, again, we are in the future. Look at how quickly that carrier turns and repositions. So this is one hell of a ship. Oh! We are just diving into the water. Yeah, I absolutely detest the ocean. I mean, I actually have a strange fascination for the ocean. Like, I think in a previous life I was a fisherman or something, or a sailor. But just the idea of being, like, in this water, you don't know what's beneath you. You don't know what creepy critters are sniffing around trying to locate you and eat you or just swim past you and, like, rub against your leg. No, man, it's horrifying. The ocean is horrifying. It really is. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Now, again, the map is also randomly generated, so the islands will also always be in different locations and have somewhat different setups, although I think this first island is pretty much the same every time. Could be wrong on that, though. Look at this wave, see? Very slow-moving wave, so it's got to be high salinity or low gravity. What do you guys think? What causes really slow waves? Get over here a little more to the right. And I think I'm starting to see the island, actually. I like it, except Dasani. Dasani, for me, has always had a really awful taste to it. I think also the aesthetic of attack in this game reminds me a lot of like US invasions of different countries. Like when you see CNN reports of like the United States has just attacked Iraq, and you see like an aircraft carrier at nighttime with like planes flying off and missiles being shot from it. This game absolutely gives you that feeling. So really basically the feeling that you're in control of your very own invasion. We should start seeing off in the distance something very soon here. Getting closer to the red dot there. Oh, every time we break one of these waves, I get concerned. Yep, you see that, guys? So there's a little white light in the distance. That is our target. And we obviously are not going to pull right up to the coast. We're going to be about 1 kilometer, 2 or 3 off the coast, just so that we can launch our strikes, launch our attacks, etc. Here we go. Pretty soon they'll ask us to lay off the throttle here, and at that point, we are in pure attack mode. And another cool thing is we can watch our planes take off. So once we actually send our guys out to start attacking, we can watch all of our guys, even in first person, attacking enemy locations, sailing through the water, all of that fun stuff. So here we go. Very, very close at this point. And once we pretty much have this red covered, that's when they're going to start to give us mission objectives, etc. Which is going to be to basically take over this island. Just keep an eye on the throttle there. So I want to pull it back in exactly halfway, and it looks like we're going to be doing a night attack. Perfect. Just perfect. This island was a little farther than most, but considering we're going to be able to do our night attack, I'm going to feel just fine. Here we go. Welcome aboard, folks. We got a lot of people that want to see some Carrier Command 2 action, eh? Well, you're about to see an island assault. Also, something I'm not familiar with, there's a little ship. Oh, that's probably just part of the ground defenses, actually. All right, we are at the island. Let's decrease the throttle. All right, boys, let's arm that main gun now. We can begin the fun stuff. So first things first is we just arm the main gun, and we're going to use the viewing scope to get a better view of this island and what kind of defenses it has. So let's go ahead and get to manual control mode. And this island is damn flat. Usually we've got trees and stuff. No, this one is a kind of just a flat mess of sorts. Here we go. Got some enemy targets right there. So some amphibious targets for sure. You see that right there. They're kind of just swimming around the outside of the island. But again, this one is really flat. Let's enable stabilization. I want to grab just a few more. Once that observe is over, we will have already tagged all these units. And actually, I'm calling in air support, or I should say artillery support right now. There we go. All right, let's get to the carrier gun. There we go. And I actually want to fire at a location where there's a bunch of enemies. Right there, for instance. Watch this, boys. Fire. Request that artillery support, and I think they are going to allow it. And there we go. Let's first watch that drop. Oh, yes. I want to give him another shot, and we do have another shot. So let's request support. All right, and now we'll get out of here. I just wanted to get that extra bit of support. At this point, guys, look at that. Those explosions on land from here look so damn awesome. We're going to start getting our land units out of the back of the ship now. And we're just clicking these deploy buttons. Over here on the right side, we've got our air units, and I will be deploying them as well, but I kind of want to follow what the tutorial is telling us to do and just keep it simple. So one part of the game, which maybe like one of the few parts of the game that I think could be a bit tedious for some people, is you see we deployed these surface units and now we actually have to wait for them to deploy. So until all of those little yellow lights are expired, we're not really going to want to do much movement. I mean, I guess we could send out some of these ships, but I think it's best, yeah, let's just wait for the surface vehicles to deploy and then we'll start attacking. Second, while that's occurring, I take a wee bathroom break. 10 seconds of this. All right, how we looking here? Almost there. Almost there. Just one more vehicle to deploy and we can get started here. And again, patience is definitely a virtue. All right, let's use the vehicle control screen, guys. So what we're going to do here is drag vehicles from our actual ship here and attack the enemy on land. So I'm, first of all, just going to kind of bring them out here so that we get a better view of them. Once we get them all set up out here, then I'm going to start determining attack vectors, etc. The seal with the virus bots is going to be extremely important. It's pretty much the only unit that can help us take over the island. In fact, I'll have this bear just advance over here. As these guys are advancing, they will be able to do some significant damage to the enemies here on the land. But the best way to do damage to enemies on land, you guessed it, it's going to be air support. And the only thing is, like, I'm not entirely sure I should use it because the tutorial is not suggesting that I do. But I know how to use the air support in this game, so I figure we might as well go ahead and get started, right? So let's do it. All right, let's jump over here first. Same way we deployed our land units, we've got to deploy some air units. So let's just get a few of these guys ready to go. Take a look at our main radar and make sure that those attacks are on the way. And as you can see, they are for sure. We've already sending our bear in. I'm going to send not that seal in, but this vehicle. Where is he? This bear. The bear is kind of like an amphibious tank of sorts, basically. So I don't want to waste the virus bot because he's extremely important. But we'll send the walrus in over here as well. And again, once I know the coast is clear, that's when I'll send in the seal. Just take a look at our air units. Yeah, look at that. So as you guys can look at that, guys. I gotta show you this. This is just so cool. Ready? Look at that. So our unit is actually being deployed. Mr. Ma, for sure. I think in the future, we could definitely try that, man. That sounds cool. Now, speaking of dominating the skies, we are going to send out that attack. So let's get the air unit here. He's going to be out pretty soon. Yeah, he's still deploying, but we're going to send that A7 to start bombarding these enemy locations and just softening the enemy up, essentially, for our land attack. There we go. Here we go, guys. Let's take him, and with the Manta, I'm going to order a double missile strike right there, and check this out. I think you guys will like this. We can actually watch the missile attack. So check this out. Like, this is one of the best parts of the game right here. It sure is. It's on Steam for sure, Mr. Ma, rather. And it's made by Micropose, so a pretty big company is behind this. You know, it kind of looks like an indie game initially, but no, there's big money behind this game. We have to give him a better attack vector. So what he's doing is kind of flying past the island. We need to do something like this. Bring him in a little bit closer to the island. Again, I want to make sure that he has attack coordinates. Missile double. Let's get another camera view here. Lorenzo Federici. Here we go, turning in for the attack. He will pop those missiles soon, but as you can see, he's got to turn his entire craft around, heading back towards the island. Is it a 2D game? Oh no. Oh no, this is as 3D as you can get. Look at that. Look at how the island is completely alive right now. It's completely alive, firing at our craft, firing at our landing craft as well, etc. There we go. Fired missiles. Look at that. And that's going to head towards the target we selected, which is going to be a land-based infantry unit, or actually armored unit. There we go, baby. All right. They actually got it before it touched down. So you can see the enemies got their own anti-air, etc. Let's send in a Razor Bill over here. And this time I'm just going to send in a single missile. I believe we also have another Manta over here, so let's send him in. And I'm actually going to target that unit. And the reason being, this is where we need to send our SEAL to be able to take over the enemy base. So I want to be able to target this unit. Come on. Just do a gun run. Now that Manta is getting heavily damaged, so what I'm going to do is fly her right back to the ship, back to the carrier. She'll be able to land, and we will be able to repair her very, very well. So there we go. Let's move out. Also send the Petrel out, and this Razor Bill. Manta, fire. We need you to get this kill, man. Can't have a land unit over here attacking our SEALs. Just can't happen. You just don't want to fly back over here. Come on, buddy. Okay, looks like our land units are also firing here at the enemy. But I want to get that double missile strike. Just wipe out some of these land units so we don't have to worry about them, essentially. Double missile strike. Bring in the Razor Bill. We'll actually carry out 2 double missile strikes on that target just to make sure we destroy it. And there we go. Our bear is arriving, guys. So all of our land units are arriving here. We just want to push them further inland. The invasion has begun in earnest. Man, I love it. Maybe we could try to get this Razor Bill to attack that unit. Double. Get him, buddy. Fat Cat, how you doing, buddy? Look at that, look at that, look at that view. It's just beautiful. So the Razor Bill, if you guys haven't figured it out, it's a helicopter. We've ordered him to fire some shots here. We can also take manual control of the vehicle. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty awful with the manual controls. I'm still kind of learning them. But you can see here, like, if you get good enough, we can actually fly this vehicle around ourselves, target the enemy ourselves, etc. And once you want to put it back on auto, you just hit R, And he's going to go ahead and then take over the attack run himself. All right, so this is where we're trying to go, of course. Do have the enemy under fire pretty well. Let's take the Razorbill here. As you can see, they've fallen back quite a bit, especially with our units arriving here, like the Bear. And I'm going to send the Bear over this way, send the Walrus over this way as well. Did not mean to go Code Charlie, but we didn't set up a Code Charlie, so we'll be just fine. Knock him out, baby. Oh, yeah. I should have mentioned that, by the way, Fat Cat. I'm glad you said something. This game is also available, or going to be available, in VR, which is just, to me, absolutely amazing. Now we're going to send in the virus bot. Now, I've had issues with this before. I really hope it works this time. But basically, the virus bot, and by the way, we destroyed that target on this island. The virus bot needs to be released from the vehicle, and then it goes into the enemy command center and shuts it down, essentially. In the meantime, we don't want to lose any planes unnecessarily, so we're going to bring these guys back. The few that do still have missiles, however, I'm sending out to hit these targets. You can see we've also destroyed that target. I mean, overall, the island looks like it is under our control. Let's go, baby. Double. Okay, he's moving. He was taking a little while to move. And let's just take a look at this Bear. This is one of our vehicles on land, as you can see. Again, we can take manual control. Get that artillery. And we can actually fire at the enemy, but we can't be on a tilt when this occurs. Just amazing how you've got all these different weapons you can use. I love it. Unfortunately for the artillery gun, yeah, we've got to get a certain tilt. Let's let them do their own thing. And we'll just move the Walrus up to assist in stopping the enemy there. Again, this is the unit that we are waiting for. They have to actually make it to land before we have a chance at taking the base. But as you can see, there are situations when you've already done so much damage to the enemy base that you can pretty much rest assured that you're going to get in there. In this case, it looks like the enemy area is completely destroyed. In fact, let's go to this vehicle and just take a look around. Yeah, look at this. Got fires everywhere. Overall, the enemy just has nothing here. Got to use that cannon against the weaker enemies. You know what I'm going to do, actually, is send the Walrus over here. Still going to try to target him, even though we don't have missiles there. We can still shoot him down with a gun. And every single enemy vehicle in this game is a threat, man. Baba Booey. Oh, we got a Stern fan. What's up, man? Yeah, it is kind of both. Yeah, the tutorial campaign. It's kind of both of them. Gotta bring this guy, the poor Manta. Same with this one. Just bring him back to the carrier. And again, these Mantas will land at the carrier and then be repaired. It's just such an awesome additional, sort of touch to the game. You could pretty much see anything. If we hung out here, we could see a bunch of stuff. Vargas says it looks like quite a comeback from Micropose. This reminds me of the feel of The Sims from the late 90s, only with the depth and detail the modern computing allows for. I agree. I'm really hoping Micropose does well here. See, that's our baby back to base. But I agree, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we going back up a bit? Getting a little too close for comfort. All right, let's focus on island capture. I'm not sure how we drifted close because we definitely were not going forward, but whatever. We'll focus on the island capture here. So at this point, what we want to do is take those virus bots. We're gonna have to go back to our unit control. All right, let's see. All right, they're approaching. Let's hope this works. So I'm hoping I can basically send these virus bots out, capture the enemy base, and get a victory here. Although I'm not sure, and getting pushed up against the coast, I'm not sure we can even escape from this area. Could be wrong, but I think that beeping means we are good and stuck. And again, didn't do anything to merit that. I definitely had it in neutral, but it seems to have gone forward. I'm not sure. That's a good question, Tarchius. It's a very good question. Not sure what the price is going to be. Let's get a camera on this vehicle. Again, we're getting close to the enemy command center, but I have had issues before deploying these virus bots. So let's hope it works here, because I'd love to get a capture. Love to get a capture, man. All right, we got those virus bots. I believe what I do. So there's virus bots. There they are. All right, so we're just sending the virus bots in. Not sure if that's going to work, though. There they go. Aha! Okay, so I'm actually controlling the virus bot right now. Nope. I guess we can't really center the vehicle over the virus bot. Now, this is the one part I'm pretty uncertain about. I was actually asking another YouTuber, Scarlet Seeker, because he kind of knew how to do this. Take a look here. Drag out a waypoint, then click the waypoint to deploy. Yeah, no, we've done that. Aha, there we go. So you can see, look at that, guys. You see the island slowly changing control, slowly changing from red to blue. Absolutely wonderful. See if reverse works here. Yeah, hey, we fixed things with reverse. Yeah, baby. It's like Graviteam Tactics all over again. All right, guys. Well, the planned invasion is underway, and as you can see, it's not going to take much longer for us to take that base. In fact, let's just go ahead and get a camera on the vehicle here and just take a look at our handiwork. It's looking pretty nice. That is absolutely going to be ours. I didn't get that during the demo with the virus bots. I had to deploy them manually. Interesting. Yeah, it seems I had to deploy them manually too. Like, I did draw them over, but I had to jump into the seal and deploy, basically. Yeah, let's take a look over here at this vehicle. And each island's going to look different, guys. So actually, we got a pretty lackluster island, to say the least. It's very sandy. There's not much going on here. But the truth be told, like, you've got islands with snow and trees. You've got islands with, like, jungle fauna and flora. So it really can change from island to island. There we go. I think that's going to be a victory. We can stop the reverse as well. Eh, maybe not. Capture island using seals. There we go, folks. All right, let's say we open the pause menu. Select the manual tab. Close the pause menu. So as you can see, destroy all enemy carriers to win the game, not just islands. We have not faced any carriers during this particular stream. Capture islands to expand your logistics network and defend your island from enemy carrier attacks. There we go, guys. Got through the little tutorial. Not bad. To conquer the archipelago, defeat the enemy carrier, and reclaim Telos for the UEC. Choose your next move carefully. Refer to the manual for detailed information about your carrier and its systems. Just, like I said, just really pretty, man, in terms of a game. I think so far, I like what I see, right? The actual weapons on the carrier, though, they're insane. Yeah, absolutely. All right, now let's see if we can even get off this thing. If we can reverse out of here. Let's hope so. See, I would think with reverse, when we put max thrusters on, we actually move back. And let's hope that I'm right. I also need to make sure that all of these guys are back on the ship, I believe. I don't think we could just leave them here. Nice. Let's make sure we're getting off this sandbank. Yeah, we are. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. So I'm guessing the idea now is to get everybody back on the ship, basically. Need to just go ahead, all of our seals, everything. I wonder if this virus bots will kind of reattach themselves to the vehicle themselves, but let's just bring everybody back at this point. This area is ours. So you've got a pretty in-depth game here. I mean, it's letting us know that we're going to be facing enemy carriers. We're not only going to be taking islands, but we're going to have to hold our existing ones. It's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of micromanaging, and I think that's certainly going to appeal to the simulator crowd. I'm sure all of these guys are coming back. Get back to the ship, boys. Get back to the ship. I love it. At some point, we can turn reverse off here, but I'm still moving back. Still reversing at full speed. Let's see if we can see any of those planes on their way back here. Those amphibious targets are very careful on their approach. It's kind of hard to see them. Maybe there should be a button to call everything back. Maybe there is, and I am just not aware of it, but that's a good point, Fat Cat. I think that's definitely should be the case. We've even got a guy out here I totally forgot about him. But I think we've got an amphibious unit that's kind of quite a ways off the ship here that we could bring back. Oh, definitely, Tertius. For sure, man. We'll have the video up after the stream. It'll upload, etc. This is probably not going to be the longest stream we've done either. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an intro to the game and show you how pretty it is, man. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Turn them off. Let's try. So we can grab this guy. Hold on. Oh, wrong screen. Make sure you're in the actual firing screen and not the navigation screen. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, hold on. I see what you mean. Interesting. Now, that is an interesting idea. I'm not sure that's going to do much, except just stop us from being able to see them coming back, but yeah, I could see that. And you can see those little, like, flashing lights off in the distance. Those are all of our units returning. We can stop reverse thrusters now. Yeah, I think... Hold on. Let me make sure that we're not backing into the island. In fact, we should probably keep thrusters on a little bit longer, reverse thrusters a little bit longer until we completely clear this island. Yeah, patience is a virtue in this game, like I said, for sure. Haha, no worries, Tirtius, I totally understand, my friend. I love the way the commands are issued from the bridge with the analog tech. It is awesome. And again, as Fat Cat mentioned, this game is going to be VR. I could only imagine that experience you're talking about with VR. I just... It might be the one game that actually gets me to buy a VR headset. It's that amazing in terms of that aspect of the game. See, now I'm just kind of trying to see how this part works. I want to make sure that all of these guys come back. But yeah, it doesn't look like turning off the screens, unfortunately, is getting them back. One of our land units has returned, though. Let's do this. All the computers come back online. That is so cool. Grab this petrol. Grab this albatross. And as you can see, a lot of people are undergoing a fuel shortage as well as a munitions shortage. We've got to get them back to this ship quickly so that we can repair them. Let's see. All right, now we're a ways offshore, although that sandbar is really annoying me. Like, that could be a problem. All right, let's stop. Reverse. Now, of course, our idea, guys, is to head towards another island. Obviously, the one I would want to head to would be that one right there in the east, the southeast. Just a little bit closer, but it doesn't matter which one you go to. I mean, it really, ultimately, it's up to you. I just hope that these other craft can catch up to us. Although, from the looks of it over there on the navigation screen, it looks like they're catching up just fine. The other thing I worry about is that those virus bots catch up to us. So let's take a look. Actually, let me stay on the helm until we get clear of this island, because I don't want to crash into the side of it. But I'm pretty sure the virus bots will just, you know, follow us like the seals will. Look at that. We get a topographic depth view. So we know for sure that if we get too close to the edge there, we're going to be hitting the side and doing some damage to the ship. Let's steer clear. Those land units are definitely taking some time to get here. So let's just slow down a little bit. Yeah, so they're all on the way, but we do have to stop because, let's face it, they're not the fastest. And one thing we can do is reverse and get to them faster, but I think I'm just going to stay put. We'll do a little tour of the top of the ship here, or look out the back of the ship, and just get a view of the situation as is. As you can see, we've got some of our drones and some of our planes returning already. Just having this aspect of the game is fascinating, but keep in mind it is a real-time game. So, like, you know, we have to wait for all of these guys to come back. We've got to, of course, get all the land units back on the ship. But isn't that awesome? Like, is it just me, or is that just not the coolest, man? They just come back, land on the ship, everything's good. Pretty awesome. We've also got a day and night cycle. I think everybody's noticed that, though. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. It really helps us in the YouTube rankings, as you like to call them. I mean, the thing with me in VR headsets is I'm not totally opposed to the idea. It's just the price is kind of... It's kind of exorbitant at the moment. I think I want that price to change, and then I would consider it. All right, I think just about everybody's back on board. Let's see. No, we got a lot of time to wait. In fact, let's just stop engines completely. There we go. That'll work. The engine stopped. That'll give them more than enough time to catch up here. But like I said, you know, just this aspect of the game is a little bit tedious to some. To me, it's not tedious because it's so damn pretty that I could pretty much just kind of hang out here, drink a cup of coffee, drink a cup of tea, and watch our units return. Like, that's what it's like to me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it's just so damn pretty I could barely care. And actually, I should show you this because this is pretty cool. let's see one of the vehicles coming into the ship, because we've got a massive, what would I call it? I guess like a dock at the back of the ship that we can open up. And all of these land units are actually going to get in on, basically get in the ship's rear. Let's be honest here. All right, let's take a look at this camera. So as you can see, we can actually watch our units as they return to the ship. Just freaking awesome, man. B. Vargas says, I see them being cheaper 5 years down the line, but production of gaming hardware seems to be all over the place at the moment. Well, yeah, exactly. The graphics processing unit shortages and stuff. I think we're going to have big problems when it comes to, like, graphics cards and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I don't think gaming computers are the future. I think those boxes, and I'm not familiar with the name, not like consoles, but I guess you could call them like PC consoles. I think those are going to be the future, where people can basically just make like customized gaming PCs for less than $1,000 that will play any game, but might not do other stuff like surf the internet or whatever. I just get the feeling that that's on the way, because graphics cards are getting more and more expensive, harder and harder to acquire. It's just not a realistic approach. It ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last. Yeah, let's see if we can watch one of these guys actually enter the ship. Sounds kind of dirty. See? Look at that, guys. Look at the back of the ship. We're going to be able to see it pretty soon. But there's a hatch which allows all of these units to return. And of course, once they're in here, that's when they begin to get rearmed, refueled, etc. All that fun stuff. Essentially, your carrier can repair those guys, and then the larger carrier can repair your carrier. Though I'm not sure if we ever get to go back out there. And it's realistic, yeah. Look at that. That is so cool. Into the hangar. That's what it's called. Into the hangar. Isn't that freaking awesome, man? I mean, maybe I'm just a huge nerd, but that to me is just so awesome. Still got a few guys coming back, too. Yeah, pre-built PCs. And not just, like, the crappy pre-built PCs that you find in, like, Best Buy, but, like, PCs specifically made for gaming, where, like, you don't have to break the bank to be able to be a gamer. I really think that that's on the way. I really do. Just like I said, the price of graphics cards keeps increasing. It gets to a point where the average player can't afford it. And I think already we see, like, huge moves to console. Like, just as an example, if you look at sports games on PC, they're virtually non-existent. There's no market on PC for sports games. And that's not good. There's a reason for that, right? So I really think they just need to make them more affordable for the general public. I guess we are, right? I guess we are all huge nerds. No Chads here, I don't think. No Chads on the Agrippa Maxenius channel, that's for sure. PC for sports games. And that... All right, my friends. Well, anyway, guys, this was a fairly straightforward stream, just kind of trying to give you guys a view, an early view of what you can expect in Carrier Command 2. Now, as you can see, we've got a lot left to go, and I can actually save the game for once, which is wonderful. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, you know what to do. Just hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. I didn't expect many viewers for this stream, but you guys showed up anyway, so I want to thank you so much. And the reason being, it's pretty early for most people at this point, unless you're here in Europe, and even then, still pretty early. Most people are at work. So I really want to thank everybody for stopping by. We will play some more of this game, but again, if you want us to prioritize it, you know what to do. Just hit that like, drop a bunch of comments once the video is uploaded, and we will get another part to the game. Obviously, now I'm going to get everything back into the carrier, right? And then I'll be prepared to head out and attack yet another island. Problem with sports games is that EA keeps releasing the same game every year. That is true, yes. The same game with new rosters. That is true. But even like, for instance, NHL 2021, which is an EA game, as well as MLB The Show, neither of them are on PC, which just really sucks, man. Just, there's no reason for that, you know? Oh, there is a reason, and that's because There's not enough people with PCs to make a profit on those games. That's just the truth. So we got to get more PCs to people. All right, folks, thank you so much. Vargas and Fat Cat, you guys have been awesome, as well as the rest of you. I'll see you on the next one.